Welcome to another episode of Unsavory Fellow. I'm Nick James. I'm here with my friend, Van Neistat. Thanks for coming, Van.
Thanks for having me, Nick.
This is fun. We were kind of getting warmed up and talking how you and I met. Well, not how we met, but when I met you, I was thinking the other day was, just to get right into it, I met you during the pandemic.
Okay. On Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
That's how I met you.
Okay.
And it was, we were in the rooms of recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you had around 9 years of sobriety at the time.
That's right.
Right?
Let me think. 2011. 2012.
2012.
September 8th,
That's when you got sober.
Yeah.
Which is wild because what's funny,
2021. Okay.
you and I realized this over time. You and I are very similar. I don't know if you know, I was one of the first content creators on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
But what's funny is EB, a friend of ours,
Yeah.
right? He told me about you, and I was like, what is he talking? And then I started checking you out.
Mm.
And I realized how similar our sort of paths were, except that, I left, do you remember Maker Studio?
Yes.
So I was a part of Maker Studio in the beginning.
Okay.
And I left like a dumb shit right before they sold it to Disney because I thought it would never work.
Yeah.
But what's interesting was I remember seeing you and your brother, or it clicked for me later on after I met you, when you guys were, you're like the next, or I don't know, generation, you might say, that really started kicking ass to me and taking it to the next level, like, right?
I think we did an HBO show.
Right.
And I think what was very innovative in HBO was that they saw that this way of production, I think they call it user generated content,
Right.
was sort of like a new exciting genre of, I guess, filmmaking.
Yeah.
And they scooped us up. And YouTube at the same time, I think, not at the same time, but around the same time, started monetizing. And YouTube was like, well, we're going to get these people. We're going to get, you know what I mean? So it was like that, HBO was innovative in that they're like, oh, we're going to go after these homemade people.
Yes.
I mean, Jackass was before us because Jackass is like the OG, mainstream. They made it all themselves. So, I think they went after us. I mean, they broadcast us. And produced. And, we got the midnight slot because when we were bought, it was this woman named Caroline Strauss. And then she left HBO, so we were like a stepchild.
Yeah.
So this new lady who came in, and forgive me, I can't remember her name.
And what were you doing?
She had to squeeze us into the programming.
Could you tell what?
So it was called the Neistat Brothers show, or it might have just been called the Neistat Brothers.
Yeah.
And it was essentially like a year of us making every 6 weeks, making 30 minutes of content. And making a series to try to sell it to HBO. And so in the end, we won,
Right.
The end is sort of where it begins when you're watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
which is wild.
That was the gist.
I remember that, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
I was so jealous.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Right? Because when I left Maker Studio, I was like the old guy.
Right.
All my other partners were young. It was Lisa. Do you know Lisa Donovan?
I don't know.
There was Dan Zappin. These are the founders of it, and they brought me in because the way the monetizing worked, they took us top content creators at the time and built that. On this, we were sort of the guinea pigs. I remember at the time, and there was no money. And I was going, this is bullshit. This isn't going to work. And I was a filmmaker. I go, I'm going back to making movies.
Right.
And this young kid, who was one of the partners, he goes, don't leave. He goes, you don't get it. And I didn't. I couldn't see because I was old. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I was still stuck in the movie You know what I mean?
Can I just defend you?
Yeah.
Like one of the things about being old that I didn't realize is like, it's like, how could you not buy Amazon when it was $4, when it was 79 cents a share? What you don't realize when you're young and you see that is there was like Chamath Palihapitiya is a famous venture capitalist. He said when he was starting out investing, there was 7,000 social media companies. Now there's 5.
Wow.
So what? You're going to be the lucky one to pick one of the out of the 7,000. You're going to be one of the lucky one. And that was the thing. It was like there were so many failures. Like people talk about, oh, YouTube's so ingenious. No. There was 50 YouTubes going on, and YouTube for some reason got picked up. My brother, we did a campaign, and my brother came up with this. I think this was in 2004. For Gillette. Okay. And it was for like, maybe it was for like Old Spice or something, but there was no product in it. It was just like sponsored videos. And my brother said, why don't we build a little platform that we put up 5 videos and then we have the audience, the customers, put up their own videos. And anyone can put it up. And that he invented like a mini YouTube. Yes. My point is like, I understand why you didn't stay. It's like the same reason, like we all know, I mean, I'll speak for myself. I know a lot of people who are buying Bitcoin in like 2012. Right. And you're just like, are you kidding me? And I read like 5 books about Bitcoin. I've bought Bitcoin. Like I still don't really get it.
I don't either.
But my brother bought a house with Bitcoin money.
You do, don't you, Dill?
Kind of.
Well, you know, it's funny though, but I remember when I saw your show, right? At the time, YouTube was just bought by Google, and the studios. I would have these meetings with CBS,
HBO. Do you know what year it was that
2006.
2000. That's when Google bought YouTube.
I believe so.
I think YouTube came out in 2005.
Right.
God, really a year later.
It was pretty quick like that.
Wow.
Because I was on in 2005, and you could do anything you wanted. Oh, there was no licensing for anything.
Yeah. They're still a little good about that. They're still they're fair about it.
They're pretty fair.
Yeah.
But what was funny was I remember going around and they were trying to figure out with me, my manager would take me to all these meetings, what are we going to do with him? They couldn't figure out what to do with him. Is he an actor? Is he a filmmaker? How do we cross? And then what was amazing was, I think with yours, was they were just like, we're just going to follow what you're doing, not try and make you into anything else. They spotted, I think, finally, what I think is the talent and the uniqueness of what you and your brother were doing at the time.
Well, no, you mean HBO did?
Yeah.
No. We made that show.
But
we made it like you would make a YouTube channel. We made it ourselves. When we went to HBO, we had 8 episodes, fully edited, fully done, fully produced, everything. Right. And we were like, do you want to buy this?
But that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
What I'm saying is they saw that, which I think if at the time when I was doing it, if I would have came in with something like that, they looked at YouTube as like it was stupid. Because I remember going to these meetings and they didn't have a grasp of what was to come.
We hadn't been on YouTube yet.
Okay.
We hadn't done much. I mean, maybe there was like a video or 2 that we had put up on YouTube.
But you weren't.
But like there weren't channels. Presence. We didn't have a presence. We didn't have like a following. But what we had done was in 2003, we made this video about how the iPod battery couldn't be replaced. And then when you called Apple support, product support, they said buy a new iPad. iPhone. iPod.
Right.
This was before all those other inventions. They said buy a new one, and they were $300 in year 2000.
Yeah,
which is when we made the video, or maybe it was 2000. No, it was 2003, and so we like broke this big story,
right?
And we made a viral video, and this is before YouTube,
right?
And it went, and kids in college were sending it to each other, and it was crashing. Like we crashed the MIT server. We crashed like.
I think I remember that.
And the only server that we could find, my brother figured all this out. He's very, 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 very intelligent. The only server that we could find to that wouldn't crash from the volume was the Apple my Apple free
Really?
web hosting server.
Wow.
And then it resulted, the Washington Post did like a huge spread, like multi-page spread with photos and everything of this story. And it led to this class action lawsuit that was $175 million.
Whoa.
And the lawyers,
Really?
we met with the lawyers, and my God, I didn't know we could ask for some of the money. I don't know.
So you didn't?
So we didn't. Should have said 10%.
Right.
17 million bucks or whatever.
Wow.
But
So
yeah,
you made
we
your
gave like
mistakes, too.
testimony and everything. What's that?
So I said, so you made your mistakes
Yeah,
too.
yeah, oh yeah, everybody has. Everybody has. Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is interesting because I saw one of the best videos I loved when I really said, God, we're so much alike, you and I.
Yeah.
Is I watched the video, I don't remember the name, but where you talked about mistakes, making mistakes, and because you had your partnership with your brother, and how.
Oh right, it was my fault the Neistat Brothers broke up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was almost like, to me.
That's about hubris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now you're completely on your own, and you have been for a long time, right?
Yeah, since 2010.
Can you? Because Nikki Piscatelli turned me on to your videos.
Okay, good.
Right?
God bless him.
He goes, you're gonna love this, and I finally went, and then I turned on a bunch of people, and they're so unique. If you could describe like.
So I come up with them. So they're very okay. I think what people like about them, honestly, is that there's a lot of close-up photography.
Yeah.
I think that's like the hook. Is like I have a 100mm macro lens for my. It's not even mine. Casey gave it to me on like permanent loan, but my brother Casey Neistat.
And it's a Spirited Man. We have to say it's
a Spirited Man's the name of the
show,
the YouTube show. And I have a Canon 1DX, and that's like my studio camera, and I do a lot of like handmade stuff. And when I want cutaways, I make like little sets and dolls and things like that. It's sort of like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood for adults.
Yes.
That's what I say.
That's a great analogy for it, because it's so funny. First, I was watching it, right? And it's not really like, you're not tackling like major things, but these are things in everyday life.
Yes, just very small details.
Everyday life.
Yes.
And it's the way you film it. It's almost like, you're a handyman.
Yes.
But me and my son were handymen for years, right?
Yes.
And we would remodel kitchens but the way your handyman work is as if nobody's watching over you going, hey, I don't want that. It's not finished.
Right.
It's practical.
Yes, that's right.
It's practical. It's like, what's interesting too is when you look at it, you just get mesmerized by what you're doing, whether it's, fixing a hinge or making a hinge out of nothing, or like the Scotch tape dispenser with the teeth weren't working.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You took a blade from a jigsaw.
That's right.
You right?
Yes. Well, I was trained by Tom Sachs, who's younger people won't know this reference, but like there's this guy MacGyver. There was this show MacGyver, and then there was this show The A-Team.
Right.
And at like the climax of these shows, they'd be in this situation that they couldn't get out of, and then they'd have like they'd build like a tank out of like 10 things they found in somebody's yard.
Right.
Right. And it's called, and that practice, it's like prison artwork. Right. Where like people make a tattoo gun out of like an electric shaver and a bottle of shampoo and a nail and yeah. And there's an aesthetic to making things like that. It's like third world improvisation, and it's called bricolage. That's the word for it. Bricolage. It's a French word. I don't really know what.
Which is funny because that's what's mesmerizing, I think, about your show and the videos, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube, that you can't help but get hooked into it because, like you said, it's art. There's something unique about every little piece in your studio.
Aesthetic, yes.
You know?
So we were trained by this guy, and this guy, Tom Sachs, he like taught me how to make things, but I just learned how to make things according to his code. You know, like California has a building code, Los Angeles has a building code. Tom Sachs has his building code.
Right.
And it's like basically it's trying to eliminate all of the pretentiousness from building, from making things.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just have all of the same like screws he uses, and like I use the same kind of plywood he uses. But I make different things than he does. He makes, like, he's famous. He made everything he makes like is a functioning thing. Like he made a refrigerator from scratch.
Wow.
Like a Sub-Zero refrigerator he made out of plywood from scratch. Like welded and sweated all of the copper tubing for the condenser. So it has to work, and that. And making it work is what gives it an aesthetic, because stagecraft, like making props that don't have to work, you can just have a vision and boom, and it looks like this.
Yeah.
But if it has to work, you might have to reroute the wire, or you might make a mistake and go back, and you're going to have to fix it.
And you spend a lot of time on these projects.
Oh yeah. They
like a lot.
They're consuming, but my problem is like I would rather do that part than the filmmaking part.
Yeah, right.
Like that part is more fun. And sometimes I just don't do the filmmaking. Like I won't shoot it.
Yeah.
And I'll just like I'll just go on a burst of making stuff. And if I'm not shooting it, it's like I'm kind of skipping work.
Right.
Like for instance, I think this was yesterday. I have this clock. And it's like whatever, an Amazon clock that you buy for $10. It's just like a boring, as plain as you can get clock with the red hands and the black numbers. And I dropped it a while ago and it broke. And so I've been just like, I got to fix that crack. I've got to fix it. And there's this Japanese technique called kintsugi. I think that's what it's called.
I don't know what it is.
Where when you break a pot, you put it back together. And then you put like glue along the seams of where the break was, and then you take gold leaf.
Seen.
So you can see the cracks where it's been reassembled, and then you take gold leaf and you put it on top of that seam, and it
that's cool.
And it's like honors the repair. I learned that all from Tom Sachs.
Have you heard this?
100% stolen from Tom Sachs.
Wow.
Because he incorporates that into his work. He has like a whole...
That's a great thing.
It's so beautiful.
My wife would love that because she's always fixing things. Like she's a lot like you, where she will repair anything.
I'm just too lazy
she likes
to
to
go
repair.
the store.
She won't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny. When I watch your videos too, I looked at you and I go, I'd see some of them. And I go, what you remind me of? Harrison Ford in Mosquito Coast.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Right.
It's one of my favorite movies.
I bet. Right? Isn't it fantastic?
See that blood? That's my blood, not his. He kills a mosquito.
That's right.
I love that movie. And then he just, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I do that. I watch it now and I'm like, oh, this guy's psychotic. But when I was a kid, I was like, see?
Right.
See? This is how you're supposed to be. They made a movie about this guy because this is the way you're supposed to be.
And this is who you are.
That's what I used to think. It wasn't until I was like 40 that I realized the main character of the movie, it doesn't mean he's right.
Right, that's right.
Mike Tyson, what does he say about the anti-hero? It's like the hero. Oh, he's Mike Tyson, who's like a secret genius.
Yeah.
He said something like the hero emerges victorious because he does the right thing. And he's like, the anti-hero emerges victorious because he does the wrong thing.
That's so good.
But he's like a hero that turns villain in that Mosquito Coast. God, I love that movie.
Right,
yeah,
me too.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, Dale?
Oh,
I always
so
throw
cool.
little movies at him. I think he should
I'm the
see.
same.
You do?
I'm the same. Yeah, my boy's allowed to watch like any. He's only 7, but he's allowed to watch any masterpiece.
But he's always ripping around. His son's got this little motorcycle he rides.
He had a wreck 2 weeks ago.
Was it
He
bad?
got road rash.
okay.
Road rash. He's okay. It was just road rash, but it's like, it's still heartbreaking, and it's my fault because he's too big for the bike now. He needs a bike with suspension, and that he's also too good for it.
Is he riding the same bike I've always seen him ride on?
He used to have one that was. He started on it with a 12-inch wheels. It's a little Stasic, a little KTM. He had one with 12-inch wheels, which is adorable. That he got when he was like 3, and then he graduated to one with 16-inch wheels, but neither of them have suspension. They just have like the 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. Electric motor, and it runs on Makita drill batteries, which I just carry a backpack full of them. They get 4 miles to their 18 volt.
Oh, wow.
4 miles per charge. So I carry 8 of them, and we do like 25-mile trips.
Where do you guys go?
So we started out, we would go to the beach meeting on Sunday.
Yeah.
In Santa Monica.
So you'd ride down.
And then no. We drive, and then I have like a
that's
little.
right. Oh,
it's
that's
called I can't remember, but it goes in the trailer hitch. It's like a rack that goes in the back of my Land Cruiser. We drive down.
Goes
and
into the hitch.
Yeah,
right?
it goes into the tow hitch. Yeah, that's right. And so we would ride south, and we'd go further and further and further and further, and eventually we would drive a little south and see how far we go. And the furthest we've gone is Balboa Island. In
Wow.
Newport. Yeah.
That little guy went all the way there.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
we didn't do that. We probably parked. I don't really know my geography. Is Huntington north of that?
Dill. Of
Of
Balboa.
Balboa, Newport.
I think so. Huntington's
Okay.
pretty far down there.
I think we parked in Huntington and rode in.
Yeah, I think
But
it's south.
the furthest we've gone from Santa Monica. Let's see. I think we went up to like Rancho Palos Verdes, like up onto the thing.
Yeah.
And then came back and like so ran out of batteries that like my electric pedal bike was out of batteries and his bike was out of batteries, so I was like pedaling him with no electricity and carrying him and carrying his but just for the last like mile.
But still.
Just like from Venice to
They
Santa
don't
Monica.
pedal well.
No, and they're heavy.
And they're
man.
heavy.
And you got a kid and you're carrying another electric
Yeah.
bike. But that to me is full, and it's dark.
Oh.
That to me is full victory.
Right.
Full victory.
Right.
Because we've depleted, we've gone through everything.
Yeah.
We've depleted all of our resources. So, yeah, and now I have a daughter.
Oh,
and
really?
She's
I didn't know
18
that.
months, or she's 20 months old. Wait, 21 months old. 20
Coffee?
20 months old. And she has the yeah, sure. Thank you.
Go ahead.
She has the vocabulary of a 9-month-old, which is
Really?
it's like, there's nothing wrong with her. It's just, she doesn't talk,
That's
which
like
is
his
extremely
cousin.
cute.
Same thing.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't say anything.
Yeah. How old is she?
How old is she, Dill? Want cream?
I don't know. Maybe a year
I think she's a little more.
or a little older.
She's probably 2, because that's when you start to get
she's
scared.
2.
Or around 2.
They're teaching her sign language.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Same, yes.
How much you want in there?
She goes to just splash, whatever. That's great.
Okay.
So she goes to a speech therapist. I'm a poor thing. I shouldn't
they're
be.
teaching
I
her-
shouldn't be. But it's a temporary thing. It's just gonna go away, and like, what? She's never gonna talk? No.
Yeah.
It's just, but it's very. My point is like, it's so cute
Yeah.
because she just the only word she really says is "buh." So
Wow.
"Buh" means bike, means bird, means bath, means
Right.
it means other things that don't begin with the letter B. And it's adorable. But she's just big enough to ride on my bike. Now I have something called an E-Ride Pro, which
What's
goes,
that?
it's like it looks like a little motocross bike.
It's not the one I've seen, like the Telaria or whatever.
Yes, it's like that.
Oh, it is?
It's like that. They're so cool. It weighs 135 pounds. It goes 60 miles an hour.
That's what we were talking about.
I recommend it. It's better than like a 125 two-stroke.
Wow.
'Cause it's silent, so you can
Yeah.
get away with riding it illegally because it doesn't annoy everyone.
Right.
Although the Karens love to yell at you. Like I was riding into this is before the fires. I was riding in like the trails that go between Topanga and the Palisades.
Yeah.
Middle of the afternoon. I was like shooting a video with a drone.
Right.
Middle of the day, working day, whatever. And a guy like our age
Yeah.
pulled up and like Karen'd me. He's like, "You're not supposed to. It's not even. You can't even hear it. You don't even have a bell." And I was like, I had
He's
like
quiet.
he didn't know I had a camera on us, and I made for my Patreon. I made a video about it where I just tore into him. But like, what the fuck happened to you, dude? What happened? I don't care how rich you got.
Right.
I don't care how many. His house is probably burned down. Actually,
Right,
now that I
right,
think
right.
about it. His house. He's probably a Palisades guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm rich. I have lots of employees.
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, motherfucker, guess what? I've never had a boss. So fuck you.
Right.
And I don't care. But
Which is
you can get away with it because it's quiet.
yeah.
That's my
good.
point. Yeah.
But that's true. You haven't had a boss.
Well, I
And this
worked
is
for
what
Tom
you-
Sachs for a while.
But this is what you do now.
When I was in my mid-20s.
How long have you been doing it so long? How long have you been able to
So
support yourself doing videos?
Oh, since 03,
Wow.
02, something like that.
And do you see yourself doing this? I mean, how long do you continue to do that? Do you know what I mean? 'Cause
I
it's a
don't know
career.
that I can quit. I tried to quit and tried to be like a gallery artist where you make art
Oh, yeah?
pieces and sell them. But it's just not. It's a completely different dynamic, and I'm just meant to do this.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you still enjoy
it's my
it?
gift.
Do you enjoy it?
I enjoy parts of it, but it's not really fun anymore.
Yeah. When did it not become fun?
That's a great question. Probably
Because I go through it sometimes too. I have the same. I like making the sketch comedy.
I mean, this
stuff.
part's fun.
Yeah. When we get this set up and we're rolling, we get great guests on. It's
Yeah.
super fun.
Yeah.
Or we do the sketch comedy videos. That I love that more
Yeah.
than anything. But there's certain things you kind of go, I don't want to do that.
It's an insane. I kind of do everything myself. I have this guy named Braxton Haugen, and he like does a lot of the back end stuff for the channel. But all the videos I make like from scratch myself.
Yeah.
I shoot. I take out the garbage. I fucking sweep up. I
Yeah.
do the cinematography. I do the writing. I do the voiceover. I'm the person in the video. And it's a tremendous amount of work. Like my son and I were watching The Phoenician Scheme, and they were showing all of the credits at the end, and I
Yeah.
was like, I do all those jobs.
Right.
Which isn't true, because
But still.
it kind of is.
Yeah.
I do a lot of those
In a
jobs.
smaller way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's jobs that I don't apply to my work. But so I don't know. I'm extremely grateful, and it's very rare that anyone can do this professionally and support themselves and
Yeah.
their family, and I'm paid very well. But it's the grind of it. And all the
Like you
YouTubers
can't let up,
say
right?
the same thing.
Is that what you mean?
All the YouTubers say the
Yeah.
same thing, and it's the relentlessness of it.
Yeah.
It's really
It's the
it
timing,
burns
right?
you out. It burns you out just going every week or
Yeah.
whatever. I cut back to I was like hospitalized last October
Why?
for stress. I had an ulcer. I almost bled out. I lost
Really?
half my blood.
Oh, shit.
And I was just like collapsing, falling asleep. But I'm always exhausted. And I went to the doctor, and they're just like, dude, you lost half your blood. We're gonna do whatever. They do the scope and all this stuff, and they figured out it was an ulcer. And but it was just from stress. Just
Yeah.
From
But you're doing a
relentlessness
lot,
of it.
because I always talked about like how I ended up phasing out of the beginning of YouTube
Yeah.
after being on the top of the food chain for so long, was that when things started to change, people became vloggers,
Right.
and it became I would make one video a week,
Yeah.
one sketch comedy. I would put the whole week in. It would take me a week, right? And you're doing that, right?
Yeah. I'm down to one a month.
But you were, right? It was like you're not doing
I was
more,
doing
right?
2 a week when I first started. When
You
I
were.
first launched the channel. Yeah, I was doing 2 a
But
week.
then the vloggers came around,
Right.
and they were just talking and showing
Yeah.
their lives.
Yeah.
And Maker Studio connected in on that.
Yes.
And then they started telling me, you need to make a video every day.
Yeah.
And I've told this story before, but I would go, I can't do that.
Right.
My subscribers are not going to go for that because it'll be shit.
Right.
It's got to be one a week. And they kept telling me, you don't understand. It's quantity, Nick, not quality.
It's because it encourages the algorithm
Yeah.
to distribute you more aggressively. And I don't know if that's still the case, actually.
yeah.
And it probably was back then.
It was, yeah.
My brother's like the king of this.
Yeah,
'Cause
right?
he did 800 in a row, 800 days in a row. And
That's
he's like
nuts.
traveling all over the world.
Isn't that like the record or something? Or
I don't know. I don't know anyone who's done that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anyone. And these aren't 800. Hey guys, this is like helicopter shots. Going to Iceland,
Yeah.
going skiing, like that kind of like.
Yeah, he was
He
doing
did one from
radical
Cuba.
shit.
He had where you gotta first of all, you're not supposed to go to Cuba, and second,
Right.
he had to
Right.
find internet, which hasn't really been invented in Cuba yet. That was one of the days.
Yeah, he was doing crazy.
He was doing crazy things.
He was on the cover. I remember seeing him on the cover of maybe Time or something.
Really?
Something crazy, because I remember I was jealous again.
Yeah.
Because
I was jealous too.
I was in
stopped working
Time
with him.
when the YouTube explosion happened.
Yeah.
And I made it with my picture with thousands of others, and my picture was like that big. I go, I'm in Time magazine. And then I saw your brother on the cover.
Yeah.
But he was amazing too, right?
And he's he like sort of was a pioneer that like,
Yeah.
you know, Mr. Beast, and
Right.
David Dobrik and all
That's
those guys,
right.
they're like the generation after him.
Yeah.
But he's like kind of a mentor to those guys. Like those guys, when they were building their channels, they went to my brother.
Yeah.
And he'd like talk to them. He knows those guys very well. And he's like a really good like channel whisperer too. He'll like
Yeah.
do this, do this.
Do you ever
da,
use
da,
him
da.
with your channel or no?
I talk to him a lot.
You do.
Yeah.
Because when you guys, I saw in that one video when, you know, the one we just talked about,
Yeah.
one of the interesting things was that you know, blamed yourself
Yeah.
for the partnership ending, right?
Yes.
Which I thought was fascinating. But
Yeah.
was that at the same time you were getting sober?
No.
It wasn't.
No. That was
So this is before you were
that was
sober.
like 2 years before I got sober.
When you ended the partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's like that was kind of, was that one of the things that, like, how did you know, like, not to skip
I'm just
ahead,
looking
but
back on it through like fifth step work and shit. Like I just look back on it and I
Yeah.
put myself in his position and I was just like, well, what the hell was this guy supposed to do?
because you saw it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what was going on though? Because you had all this going on, right?
Yeah.
And then how
It
did you
was
end
just,
up getting?
I thought I did this thing. And now Billy Joel, if you watch the new Billy Joel documentary, right?
Right.
Billy Joel says the same damn thing. He did the same thing, but on a way different, bigger scale, where you just get successful and you're like, oh, I'm this artist. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to
Right.
do anything else. I just need to make this stuff. And that's, I'm sorry, that is never true. That is never true. I don't care how big of an artist you are. I don't care how big you are.
I
I
laugh
don't care if you're
because I know
Taylor
what you're
Swift.
talking
You think
about.
Taylor Swift is like, oh, I just make the music. No.
Right.
No.
Right.
She's looking over all the paperwork. She's being like, hang on a second. No, I'm not agreeing to this.
Yeah.
You know, she's not just be like, whatever, guys, I just want to make. No. That's like it's like a Gen X idiotic.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and my brother was on his own from the age of 15. He had a kid when he was like a month after his 17th
he older than you or
birthday.
younger?
He's younger.
Okay.
A month after his 17th birthday, he had
Right.
his first kid. And he's smarter than
man.
everybody and he works harder than everybody, which
Right.
is just deadly.
Did he get into it
And-
before you?
No, we got in. I got the camera first. Maybe he got the camera first. I got the computer first. So I was editing before he was, but
Yeah.
he was shooting.
But you're on the same path.
Before I
at the
was,
same
yeah,
time.
we're on the same path, and we just
Did you? And then you. 'cause
we were
you-
together for like 7 years.
right. And then were you? And you were
yeah.
drinking at the time.
Yeah,
And was it escalating? Did that have anything to do with it?
it
or-
was really helpful. It was really helpful. Drinking and smoking weed. It was helpful because it was intense, and we were doing crazy stuff out
Yeah.
in the world. So you know, it's like liquid courage.
Yeah.
And we're meeting all these people and there's all this social stuff and it's, you know, there's lots of drinking, there's lots of, you know, for me it was like weed was just too good for me. It was like it was too wonderful, you know. And like if I didn't have weed, I was just a scary, angry monster. And when I had it, I was just in this incredible dream world that I thought was real. You know what I'm talking about.
I totally. do.
And like I would make like some really cool stuff. Some of
Yeah.
it was really cool, but then it just started to descend into a little bit of madness. And then I would, you know, when I didn't have weed, I was just insufferable and like angry and
Were you still getting the
loud
work
and-
done?
Yeah, always.
But it was not.
I've always been able to get work.
But is
done,
anybody
yeah.
saying, like, your brother or anybody going, what the fuck's going on? You know, man,
My girlfriend,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, I mean, I think it was terrifying for her. And
Were you just drinking and
let me
doing weed, or
think
were you doing
about
anything
when
else?
okay, so 2012. So it was leading up to 2012. You know, we had this success from the HBO show. We had this.
Yeah, what was
so
that
it was
like?
easier to get lots of jobs, like little freelance jobs
Yeah.
of making, and like the internet stuff was kind of new, and internet marketing was kind of new.
Right.
And we're good friends with Andy Spade, who's Kate Spade's husband. He started
right.
Kate Spade. She was like the face of it and stuff, and he's like he came from advertising. He's like a legendary ad man.
Okay.
And he had his own agency called Partners in Spade, and he would and his brother's David Spade,
Right.
and he would give Casey and me all these jobs, and then he gave me, I think probably independently, me and Casey independently, we would get lots of jobs from him, and like I did this project with Tory Burch where I went with her to South Korea for the store opening and made this like beautiful movie and like did 3 videos, not movie, but videos with her for like her blog on her
Yeah.
like Tory Burch website. Just lots of little gigs like this. And Tom Sachs was getting bigger and bigger. And then his association with us, with Casey and me, was helpful because he was perceived as this like media guy.
Yeah.
So, he started doing products with Nike. And so we were doing, I was doing Nike, I was doing stuff for Tom
Wow.
Sachs, but it was sponsored by Nike. So I was getting paid well.
Yeah.
And
And are you getting high at this time?
Yeah.
And you're still able to pull these off?
And it was in the
these big
middle of a
jobs?
Tom Sachs. Yeah. No, I'm too like high strung. Like I need to calm down. Like it's not like the weed would just kind of pull me
What
down,
about-
but it made me too stupid.
Were you not a coke guy?
Never. I mean, I've done it, but I
wonder what
hated it.
Well, I always wonder what you'd be like on. That was my thing.
I would like put me to sleep. Like it had like a
Really an
yeah.
opposite
It was
effect.
like not good. I didn't like it. I was just like, I don't really like this. Yeah. But drinking and smoking weed, it was just perfect because weed gives you really good ideas.
Yeah.
But then I moved to California, moved to Los Angeles with like my HBO money, rented this awesome house. I was living in New York, which I kept. I had a 144 square foot apartment. It's been in a lot of my videos, which is 12 feet by 12 feet. And it was like a museum. It was
Wow.
unbelievable. It was I mean, because when it's 12 feet by 12 feet, every single thing in that apartment is totally considered. There's nothing
Right.
superfluous. And I had spare, there was roomy. There was
Yeah.
open space. It wasn't just like crammed with possessions and shit. It was like just dialed in perfectly. It's like a little kitchen area. And there was no bathroom. I had to do the bathroom shared it with the floor.
So are you like this just in your everyday life then?
Yeah.
So you were able to turn what your personality and your quirks into
Yeah.
basically, right? Into
Yes. Into just
career.
the work. I hope this is true about my channel, but I saw Jerry Seinfeld and he had, comedians with cars getting
Yeah.
coffee. He had Fred Armisen on
right.
and they were talking about Portlandia.
Yes.
And
I'm trying to remember this because I'm sure I saw it.
let's see if we can.
But go
Oh,
on.
it was a Saab. It was like an old Saab, like a
Yeah.
60s Saab was what they were driving around.
Right.
In. And so, Seinfeld is a brilliant, like, he has brilliant analysis of comedy because he loves it and he's been doing it his whole life.
Yeah.
And what he said to Fred Armisen, he's like, the like what makes the show funny is that the characters are dead serious.
Mm-hmm.
But their seriousness
Right.
is fucking ridiculous and hilarious.
Yeah.
And I remember watching this recently, like this year, like 2025. And I was like, well, I hope that's what my channel's like.
You did.
Because I am really serious about all that stuff.
I showed my
I did
son.
an episode about screws, and the
Yeah.
title was the most, it was something like the most cinematic film about screws in history or something like that. And it was so like,
I showed him one of my favorites is when you talk, which is true, which is you talked about the spirited man has a uniform.
oh yeah. I did one just about my clothes. It is this outfit, right? It's what I'm wearing now.
That's what you're wearing.
Carhartts and a work shirt.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
And this
And
is your
boots.
outfit. And it was, I go, this is great. And he
Yeah.
and I started laughing.
Yeah, I hope that's what
That's
it
what
is.
it is.
Okay, good.
It's
good.
great.
But I'm not trying to be. There's certain little
Sure.
that you have to. They're
Yeah.
layups. You got to be funny about. But I am dead serious about
Yeah.
all of this stuff, and I hope it's stupid.
I mean, you
hope
have to get all this great feedback,
Yeah, I do. I love meeting. Sometimes I have this repair station
I saw
that
that's
goes in the
great.
back of my truck.
Yes.
And it's just a folding table from Costco with a curtain
Yeah.
that like clips to it. And then I made this revolving
Yes, that is
tool
fantastic. Right.
cabinet with tools on both sides and it spins around. And so and then I have like little drawers that I fill with all the like hinges and screws and blah, blah, blah. And then I have a box of like scraps. And then I set this thing up. I should do it more often, but
Didn't you
I
fix
don't want to
people's
do
shit?
the setting up and taking it down.
But you fixed a bunch of people's
So I go to
fake
people.
cane.
I go to these like my friend Alan Stolberg. He owns Revival Cycles in Austin, Texas, which is Jay Leno's favorite motorcycle shop.
Wow.
That's how good Alan is. He's the best custom motorcycle builder probably in the world because he'll do any bike. He doesn't
Wow.
specialize in
Yeah.
anything. He'll do any bike, and he begins from the electricity.
Really?
So his electricity is immaculate. He doesn't have fuses. His bikes that he builds, they have breaker boxes.
Really?
They have like little electronic breakers that you can you open it, and if the light's on, oh, that thing has broken. There's a problem with that. And then the wiring is routed perfectly. Like, and then he's an artist. Anyway, he does this event every year. I think it's twice a year now, called the Hand Built Show, where he goes around to different places. I think it's mainly Austin and Los Angeles. And he showcases like 100 of his favorite motorcycle builds that other people have done.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's all different kinds of, if you're a motorcycle
It's
person,
unique
it is
in every way.
It is like ancient Rome, man. If you're a motorcycle, it's like an orgy. If you're a motorcycle person. And so he's like, hey, set up your thing at my thing. And so I've done that twice at his thing, and then I did it once at the Topanga swap meet. And I get to meet my audience, and they're just like me.
They
just
are,
like
aren't they?
the same. It's like, it's very easy to have conversations. One guy came up and he was just like, oh, I just want you to sign it. And he has his like this little wallet thing he opens. He's like, I got my electrician's license. And I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. And then in my head, I'm like, man, I wish I had more of those things. Like, you know what I mean?
Like little achievements.
I wish I had like an electrician's license, and like a carpentry's the hardest one. I think that's like the hardest union to get into. And then but like plumbing, like there's all those trades, welding. There's all those trades where you can go through a training course, learn how to do it all right, and then you've got the thing.
We never did that. We did everything. We that's what we did full time.
That's why you like the channel.
And we did everything all flying by the seat of our pants.
Yes.
Because I started with the apartment buildings. My dad had apartment buildings, my stepdad.
Okay.
So he would have me when I was in middle school or junior high starting, go fix this apartment. So-and-so, this is broken.
Yes.
They've moved out. Paint, do some minor electrical shit, plumbing.
Yeah.
But he didn't know what he was doing.
Right.
So what I love about you is you're figuring out, it seems to me like you're just doing it your way, which seems to make sense. Right?
Just as long as it works.
It
my
works.
repairs, they last forever.
And then so he and I started doing it, and then we got a guy that knew what he was doing.
Right. And then they're like, the last guy was fucking idiot.
Yeah, totally.
And they're right.
Yeah.
They're right.
But it worked.
I brought my motorcycle in to this place called Gemini. Oh, they changed their name. I wish I remember. Whatever. Just Google it.
Yeah.
They're down in the valley, and they're a motorcycle shop because you have dealers. Like, I have a BMW. It's 07. I bought it brand new in Manhattan, New York.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting rid of it until the engine dies, and it's a
Right.
Rotax. It's like an Austrian Rotax engine, and it's never gonna die.
Yeah.
So the BMW, shame on them. They have this policy. They don't work on bikes that are more than like 15 years old or something like this.
Really?
They just won't do it. So you got to find a shop that's willing to go. It's not a Honda.
Right.
It's not something they've seen 1,000 times. It's this like special 650 BMW. They only made it for 3 years. And so I brought it to these guys. It used to be called Gemini. It's in Chatsworth. I don't remember what it's called now. They changed their name. Apex. I think they changed it to Apex. Anyway, I wanted to get some electrical stuff done, and it was like it wasn't working. And so the guy starts getting into it, and he calls me like totally stressed out, and he's like, "Dude, I'm up to $2,100 in billable hours." He was like, "I'm gonna knock it down." I was like, "No." I was like, "You charge me full price because I'm gonna bring this back, and I want you to be a customer because no one else will do this stuff."
Yeah, right.
But when I go to pick up the bike, he was like, "Your wiring harness is totally screwed." He was like, all this stuff routed into. I was like, all I did was, and then I started going because this is like it's an 07. So this is like 16 or 17 years of me like, I'll just put this headlight in.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I did everything like with shrink tube and like soldered. Like I did the weld and all that stuff right, but I didn't do the amps and all the routing and the way and grounding and all that shit. I didn't do that shit right.
Yeah.
And like I just broke my blinker today trying to, whatever. Point being, you can do it our way, and that's beautiful and fun and everything.
Yeah.
But the next guy is going to be like, the last guy was a fucking idiot, and he's right.
That's right.
And it was you.
Yeah. I see that all the time
Yeah.
with him. Not with him, but him and I, when Edgar would tell us that stuff.
Yeah.
So then now you're still doing, when was it that I want to get back to the sobriety.
Okay.
When I met you.
Yes.
You had 9 years.
Yes.
But what was it that pushed you?
Oh my God, what did happen?
Like-
Okay, so I was doing 2 videos a week, and like there's this thing that okay, if you ever watched the Anthony Bourdain doc on HBO, it's called Roadrunner.
I don't think I have.
It's really good, and you see him, and there's this thing where like your work becomes.
Oh, wait, is it on him?
Yeah, it's
Oh
about
yeah,
him.
I've seen it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's called Roadrunner.
totally. Yeah,
After he died.
fantastic.
After he committed suicide.
Great.
And so there's this thing this phenomenon where like you can work, and your work is your kind of your salvation, but then it kind of can flip and become like a false idol. It kind of can flip and become like a religion, and that's when you start consuming everything in order to get your work done. And my excuse has always been, well, this is how intense and how hard I have to work because I don't make enough money. Like I've never really made enough money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was, I have a mortgage and I have a kid and I have a wife and, cars and all of this shit. In Southern California, it's all super expensive. So I had all these opportunities with sponsors and so forth. And then, you get the AdSense revenue if you get a certain number of views, and the more you post, the more regularly you post, the more the algorithm will reward you, and it's just like this chain of workaholism food.
I'm in it.
And
right
so I
now.
was just going as hardcore, and it was like, I'm not 33 anymore.
Right.
I'm 49 or 47 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like too much. It just was. It took too much. I hadn't like graduated, and this is something I'm working on now. I haven't graduated into like working with other people, and I hadn't graduated into like building the business side of it, of like, your revenue is gonna pay for these guys, and then these guys are gonna bring in even more revenue. Like I'm still trying to learn that now. But so in 2021, that was like the apex plus. 2021 was a shitty year for everyone.
Yeah.
For like everyone on the planet. That was a shit garbage
But you're sober
year.
at 2021.
I'm 9 years sober.
Right.
But I'm not going to meetings. I haven't been going to meetings.
But when you first got sober,
Yes.
what was the point? What was the breaking point for you? What was it that when you went?
I went to
I got a fucking
Yosemite. I
problem.
couldn't find a parking spot, and I had a fucking nervous breakdown.
Really?
And I was in a 4x4 F350 super cab, and my 100-pound girlfriend had to drive it home.
What happened?
With
Like,
me in the
what
passenger
was
seat
it?
screaming and crying the whole time. Just
Whoa.
what happened was I didn't bring weed. No, see, that's funny, but I'm totally serious. That's what happened.
Right.
It's like I didn't have any
I
weed.
get it though.
And I had like,
So you had
I
nothing.
remember telling the story as if I was right. Like,
Right.
I was like, you got to understand. I was living in Glassell Park. You know where that is? It's near Eagle Rock.
Maybe.
So it's like on a little hills, beautiful
Yeah.
little like mini Hollywood Hills kind of situation. And I wanted to go up to Yosemite to get away from the fucking traffic
Yeah.
and the waiting and the and the city stuff. And you go up there, and that place is more dense than Manhattan.
Yeah.
In the summer, like
Yeah,
peak
yeah.
season, like
Packed with
Yosemite is
people.
packed.
Yeah.
And I
We
was
were
like
just there.
pulling. Oh man, it was.
And
I
so
don't know.
what
I'm
you-
just embarrassed. I'm just embarrassed. I'm 13 years later. I'm still embarrassed.
No way.
So I
It's
like threw a fit
hilarious.
like the night before we were setting up the camps. I had the campsite. I had some.
Was it a
temper-
minor fit compared to what was to come?
Yeah, but it was not cool. And I threw a temper tantrum, and we woke up and everyone had like packed up their camps and they were gone. There was like 5 other sets of
Right.
people, and they were gone. And so, I don't know if there was signal in there or whatever. So we went down to the like lodge, like the Valley Lodge or whatever the hell it's called. And I was just like pulling out, and I just like couldn't find a parking spot, pulling out, and then it was just a line of traffic
Right.
to merge onto this national park, I was told, road.
Right.
And I just fucking lost it. I was so frustrated. And then I just like, I lost control of like, I know it's funny. It is funny. But at the time,
You lost control
Poor girl, I was
of
with.
everything.
I just was just freaking out. And I had to call my friend who had 2 years.
Oh wow.
I didn't think it was alcohol or drug related.
Right.
I didn't know.
Just having a meltdown.
I just thought I was having a fucking meltdown. I just thought, oh, I'm losing my mind right now.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think you might have like a marijuana problem. He was like, this is what you do. And then he just talked me through it. He was like, don't drink today. Don't do any drugs today. When you get back to LA, find a AA meeting near where you live. The first place I went to was Pathfinders.
Okay.
You know that place?
Yeah.
It's in something village.
Westlake?
No. Where the Beastie Boys recorded Check Your Head.
Oh.
Atwater Village.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, I went there and I was just like, and they were like, is this your first meeting? And I was like, yeah. And that's like a real rare thing. Is this anyone's first meeting?
Yeah.
It's like very rare that someone's like, yes.
Right.
And the whole attention was like,
yeah, because you don't hear that often.
Yeah, no, it's rare. They're like, what? And then
well, even that question you don't hear very often.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Some
first 30 day. Who's got their first 30?
Yes.
Anybody new, but not.
Yeah.
Is this your first?
Yeah, this is your first meeting. So yeah, so that was that, and then I don't know. It's the same struggle, but I just don't do any of the drugs, and I can't even. And I hate to say this, and this is like the cool thing about the program is you're allowed to say whatever you want, but it's also like a liability. Because we're all fuckheads, and we're all, we're all like contrarian dicks.
Right.
Like, you ever accidentally go to an Al-Anon meeting?
I went because, at the time I was having a meltdown.
Okay.
With my marriage.
Okay.
My wife was just done with all this crap.
Yeah.
The filmmaking, the fucking content creating. Yeah. She's like, I've done this with you your whole life. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I've been with my wife for 30 years. And she's had to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
And I had a full freak out. Same thing. She was leaving me. And
is this in sobriety?
In sobriety, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. He was probably 12 or 13. So, like,
oh, man.
I dragged my family. Like, that's what I think you and I are like. I was like, Harrison Ford, Mosquito Coast.
Yeah.
If I just make this one movie, you're going to see. It's going to, that was always my...
Yeah.
She'll see. She'll understand why I've been doing this for 20 years.
No, you're right.
You'll be able to buy whatever you want.
Yeah,
That's not what she wanted. She wanted me here, present.
Right.
Be with your son and me and not... I don't care about
that. I
that
have thoughts
shit.
about that, but we'll talk about it after the show.
Right, but my thing was that's when I was like, I can't lose her.
Right.
It snapped me into reality.
Okay. What's
important, and I went to Al-Anon.
Okay.
And the great thing about Al-Anon was my friend was dragging me there because it was letting her go.
Yes.
Just when I finally let go, like I'm completely out of control. For whatever reason, I surrendered in the Al-Anon meeting.
Yeah.
And I'm completely out of control here.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do.
Right.
And I have to let her, if I love her, let her go. And I forgive her for leaving me for whatever, because I did this, and this.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking alcoholic.
Right.
Untreated, I had this fucking behavior as if I was drinking,
Right.
It's obsessive.
Yeah.
Blinders on,
Yeah.
But that's why I was there, But it did. It saved my marriage.
Okay.
Not you?
Well, I went by accident. I was like, the schedule was wrong or something to sit down. And I was like, the vibe was, I was how come everybody's so friendly? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And this was on like 96th Street or I think it was 96th Street in Manhattan. And I just remember sitting down and the punchline is, because it was an Al-Anon meeting. And those people are the opposite of alcoholics and they're nice.
Right.
I also accidentally went to
They're too nice.
I also went to like whatever the sex addiction one is.
Oh yeah, sex
by
and
accident.
love or something like that. I've never.
And I was just like, man, these people are fucking charming as fuck. They were so charming, and I was like, all right, that's their secret,
right?
That's their secret.
That's their secret.
But yeah, I mean, it's just it's a nasty.
But how's your life now? I mean, now you've had 13 years.
Okay.
I met you when you had 9.
So I'm very bad about meetings, and like my excuse this year was like the fire cut everything off. The fire.
Yeah.
The fires cut us all off from all the meetings I was going to, because I was going to one in Santa Monica. I was going to one in Palisades, one in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And so Topanga, the road was closed. It was like hours away. And then I go to Nick F's meeting in Venice.
He's been on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And
Nick Fouquet.
and he just out him.
He added himself on.
Oh, okay. Like I did an episode with him too. And it was just so far. It was like double. So, and not double like 10 minutes. Now it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like double 45 minutes. Now it's 90 minutes away.
Wow.
And 90 minutes back. And it's just like, I cannot do this.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot do this. And so, like, Zoom, you know, you just kind of dial it back. And I don't know, this time of year, every year, this is when I got sober. This time of year, every year is like when I have problems, is when, like, it's
Yeah.
just a cycle.
Yeah.
And Isabel, she pointed out, she's like, this is your time of year when things
What
go
is it?
sideways. I don't know what it is, but it's the same time of year when school starts.
Yeah.
It's the end of the
Right.
summer. I never take like a big summer break or
Yeah.
anything. So I don't really know what it is. And like this year is like, I can't actually talk about my next endeavor, my next
Yeah.
like project.
Right.
I can't talk about it yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's like, it's very much a total blessing and really amazing. And I'm very, very much looking forward to it. But I'll talk to you after the show about it. But yeah, so this year I'm like, this past like, not 2025, but like this past calendar year,
Mhm.
starting probably last October when I was hospitalized, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to dial it back. I'm only making videos if they're sponsored. And so that became about one a month,
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 a month. And then I also have a Patreon. So that is very, very helpful.
Yeah.
Those are like the super fans. And so that's just been my like last year. And it's, you know, I got a new daughter. That was super stressful. That whole pregnancy thing is just so stressful.
What do you think? Like, is
It's
it? I mean,
so stressful because I don't know. I it's like a lot of the stuff I don't want to talk about because it's like I get
No.
in trouble.
but like, what? When I'm curious about is like, how is your life different?
The thing about it is that
life in sobriety
is that okay?
and deal
This
with
is
shit.
fundamentally this is what I think is tough about the pregnancy thing, is that the women are totally filled with all of these hormones
Mhm.
that make them crazy because they're making a baby, so they're just flooded with all this unfamiliar hormones,
Right.
right? And it makes them it makes them they're probably like crazy, like clinically.
Yeah.
But culturally, there's absolutely nothing that they can do wrong because they're pregnant women.
Right.
There's like, they're sacred, which
Yes.
they are, but like there's not everything they do to you is fair base. I'm pregnant. Hormones.
All right.
And I would just scream, I have hormones too. It's called testosterone.
Right. Right.
You know, that's a hormone. That doesn't give me any friggin' excuse to be a screaming maniac.
Right.
So I don't know. I've been just like, I'm not very good at that. I'm like not good at nurturing. I'm not good at like patience. I'm not good at like that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so whatever. I mean, thank God we got through it. And then, you know, the hormones take a while. It's like a year after the baby, you know, or more
Yeah.
after the baby's born is
More.
when it starts to settle.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like where we are now. Now it's like that part of everything's actually really great. That's really great. It's just that the town burned down.
Right.
Like that's what sucks now. Is like,
Is your
that.
perception different that you're sober and before? Like, how would you handle that differently? Now, you know what I'm saying? Do you have a different perception on things?
like what?
You know, like before you're self-medicating, you're smoking weed, you're
Yeah.
getting drunk. Now you're not. You're going through these things like your wife being pregnant and you're the house
Well, the
burning
tools
down. Like,
and the guys and just like going to, you know,
How's it
going to the
different?
same meetings every week and then just complaining about the same thing every week. Super helpful.
right.
And then going to the guys and they've all been through it and like those tools
Right.
about reaching out to people
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yes.
Everybody's
but like
been through it. That's true.
the sobriety makes it harder. I mean, if you're not really, I just listen to these guys and they get up there. Okay, it's a miracle program. It's miraculous.
Yeah.
It's miraculous. And I think kind of the more you put into it, the better it is. And the more you give to it, like it's an incredible, beautiful adventure. Having said that,
Yeah. And everyone has a different experience.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. These guys get up and they say, and this drives me crazy. This absolutely drives me crazy. It's a simple program, man. It's a simple program. Okay. There's 12 steps.
Right.
There's 12 traditions.
Yes.
There's a book this big. There's another book called The 12 and 12 that's this big. Got to have a sponsor. Got to have sponsees. Got to go to meetings. There's
You don't
nothing
have to.
simple about it.
You don't have to.
That's the program. He says it's a simple program.
Right, but
That's what the program is. It's all this stuff, and it just gets more and more
but it's
and
your
more complicated.
interpretation.
What's
And
that?
it's what you said. Really, what it is what you said is the more you put into it, though. This is
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Because the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it.
Yeah, but that's
what
true
I
of
always
just
say-
about everything, though. It's also true of just about everything.
Yes.
The more you put into exercise, the more you put
Right.
into your work,
Right.
the more you put into your marriage, the more you put into,
But it's
and those things all
because-
take time too.
Because
And they're
that
all important too.
that changes. That's why I was asking you about perception, because
Yeah.
that changes my perception. When I do those things,
Yes.
my perception changes.
Okay. I'll
If
tell
I
you what.
don't,
Okay.
I get stuck in Nick's world,
Yes.
like where my wife's going to leave.
Right.
Because I see this and you don't
Yes.
understand. I got to get this done.
Right.
It's going to be good for you.
Yes.
And I can't hear.
See, even I'm hearing this, I'm like, he's right. In my mind, I'm like, no, he's right.
But you know what I mean?
Yes.
And until I stop, I always say this, until I stop thinking about me,
Yeah.
which is so hard to do.
Yeah.
Nothing opens up for me because my fucking big fat ears are closed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking
Yes.
about me and I can't hear. I can't come into this
Yes.
with you and be thinking about what I'm going to do after this or before this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I can't hear you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm thinking about me, my ears are completely fucking shut.
This is what I think. This is the big thing that.
But one more thing, the way I get out of that
Yeah.
is I got to do things that are selfless.
Right.
I have to,
Yeah.
because then I forget about me.
Yes.
Just for even for it's a moment, that one moment, my ears go poof,
Mm.
and I might pick something up, and I go, oh, like you're saying, I go, oh yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need more of that in my life. But
But what
you
were
know,
you
I
gonna
also
say?
have little kids,
Right?
which is like basically your entire when you are interacting with them, that's an entire selfless endeavor. That whole
It is.
thing.
Totally.
And it takes a lot of energy and work.
I almost got loaded when he was, when I had 7 years and he was just a little baby.
Yeah.
I got, I got this big life now. I always say I had a Corvette, I had a boat.
Yeah.
We're living on the beach where the beach meeting is.
Yeah.
And I got my baby.
Yeah.
I mean, life was so amazing, so much different than anything I could have ever seen coming.
Right.
And I'm driving down Main Street.
Yes.
I got everything. I got
Yes.
money, right? And I'm coming down Main Street, and this homeless guy, runs out of Star Liquor with no shirt, no shoes, and just pants that are too big for him, right?
Yeah.
He's got a brown bag,
Yeah.
bought some booze. He runs out right in front of my car. I slam on the brakes. I almost hit him, right? And the guy looks at me, and he just unscrews the cap of this booze. He doesn't even care. And because he did that, his pants fell down, and he just started chugging this bottle of vodka, right?
Right.
Right in front of me, and I'm watching him, right where our meeting is, right?
Yeah.
And I'm watching him, and then he looks at me, he puts the cap back on, pulls up his pants, and he runs back across the street and into the park. You know the park?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yes.
And disappears. And I swear to God, out of my mouth, I go, out loud, I go, that's what I want.
See, my mind goes
He's-
in a completely different.
He's got,
direction.
because what I saw,
That's-
I have all these pressures now.
Right.
I got this, I got to
That guy's free.
He's free. He was totally
That
free.
guy is happy,
Yeah.
joyous,
He's going to do
and
what he
free.
wants. Yeah. He's going to do whatever he wants. That's how I saw it in that moment.
Yes.
And you know what I did?
What?
He went into the bushes,
Yeah.
and I had that caught in my fucking hamster wheel brain.
Yeah.
And I drove over to Wilshire over here in Santa Monica. There's
Yeah.
a place called JP's. There's a bar I used to drink
Wait,
at.
he's with you?
No. He was a baby. at
Oh,
home.
okay.
And I pull up to JP's, and I parked out front. And I used to drink there.
Yeah.
And I watched this guy sit this beer down in the window. And I could just see this beer just moist on the
Getting all
glass.
sweaty.
Yeah, I was sweating. I was just looking at it. And I was contemplating going in and having one beer.
Right.
And it did, but the reason is
Uh-huh.
I was so consumed with self. This is how I see it,
Yeah.
right? I was working like crazy, making money. I had all the stuff. I had my new baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't have time for what gave me that life. I didn't have time for that anymore, which was
Right.
being of service. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Doing all that shit, which
Yes.
keeps me out of myself.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what my
How old were you when you got sober?
27.
27. So
Yeah.
you're 10 years younger than me. So
How old are you?
I'm 50 now.
Okay,
But I got-
I'll be 62,
I was 37 when I got sober.
which is great.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wish I had done it a lot earlier.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. But what I get out of it is that like there's all these like, so you have these like paradoxes.
Yeah.
You have let go, let God, but
Right.
you also have faith without works is dead.
Right.
Okay, which is it? Am I letting go or am I doing work? And the thing that lets you have the gut instinct to know how to navigate within the seam of the paradoxical poles is your sobriety, how sober you are. That's when it's like you're really getting your intuition really fine-tuned, that you can really trust it and really lean on it.
Yeah.
And the program and all of the stuff that, all of the rituals and all that
Yeah.
stuff within the program dials in that.
And the other thing is too is like it's like talking about this is the over analyzing,
Yeah,
because I will complicate
right.
the simplest thing. You know, the guy said simple program.
Yeah.
I will complicate, and it is.
No, it's not a simple program.
I think.
But it's okay if you think that's true.
Here's why. Why do you
Yes.
think it's not?
I already told you. It's a big book with like 300 pages,
Right.
which is a totally complicated thing.
Right.
12 steps.
But I
12
think it's
traditions.
who
You got to have a sponsor. You got to have a sponsee.
Right.
Then you have to go to these live meetings. That's what the program is. What
You
is
don't-
simple about that?
You don't have to have a sponsee.
Okay, but that's what the program is.
No.
He says simple program.
Right.
I have just said what the program is.
Here's the program. One drunk helping another. That's the program. And here's
All right, fine.
seriously.
All right.
My,
Okay.
my experience
Fine.
always
Yes.
forever was that until I always say
Yeah.
I didn't get to I had 20 years of sobriety until I finally realized
Yeah.
I don't have to have sponsees.
Yeah.
I just got to be of service. And
So I
gotta,
figured that out day one.
yeah, I got to help. Yeah, I just got to help. I got to if somebody reaches out, I got to
Yeah.
be there and give it to them.
Yeah.
I got to help them.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Mm.
And what I say is I would always get caught up in it with my sponsor would tell me, dude, you're complicating it. You're getting caught up in all the words and all this shit. Like he would say,
Yes.
surrender to win. I'd go, fuck you. What is that? That makes zero sense. How can you surrender
I'll surrender. I'll go get drunk right now.
and win?
Yeah.
But he was trying to explain to me like how he goes, it's just letting go.
Yeah.
And letting go is just trying to have faith. And what I'm saying is I
Yes.
can't get to that place when I'm thinking about myself.
Right. This is what I'm saying. The same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's all because there's so much intuitive. Okay, because
And it
you have
changes.
all these different levels of alcoholics,
Yes.
right? You have people who are extreme loser alcoholics, right?
That was me.
And then you have doesn't sound like it. And then you have people who are running, corporations with
Yeah.
50,000 employees, alcoholics,
Right.
right? And it's the same program for all of them. I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
But the point is, what's the same? is
Some
the-
people are
is
just
the
really
feeling.
good at shit.
It's the feeling. It's
Yeah.
totally the same as the feelings. Like you can
Yeah.
come from when I was that loser, big time loser, jail guy, always getting arrested, stealing, vandalism,
Okay.
crawling on my hands and knees, picking up
Yes.
rocks kind of guy,
Yes.
Blackouts. But the difference is you and when you speak, when I've heard you speak at meetings or heard you share,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about because it's our feelings that we're
Right.
relatable. Doesn't matter what level.
Right.
I know
Yeah.
exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And like what you said even earlier was that there's somebody before you that's already, when you go to the guys, they've already had your fucking problem.
Some of them, like if they
Yeah.
don't have kids, then I don't go to
Yeah,
them.
exactly. But there are
know? Yeah.
it's this there.
If the problem is like kids and
Yeah.
wife, and they don't have kids and wife, I don't go to them.
Yeah, that's right.
I go to the other dudes
Yeah.
that are kids and wife.
This is a great conversation.
Yeah, this is good. I haven't been doing program for a lot.
Well, I don't think
enough.
we've had one.
Although
Like this.
I went out with EB, you know EB? You
Of
know
course,
EB?
I
you
love
brought him up.
EB,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he introduced us. I went out to lunch with him on Monday, and that was nice. And it was the same, just rambling. Oh, I know what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, okay, where are you? Okay, when you're working with your dad and stuff, where was that?
Santa Monica.
Oh, Santa Monica. Okay, so you're from here.
No, I'm from Cleveland.
Okay.
My mom remarried
Okay.
in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I moved out here in 77
Okay, so you're
when I
like
was young.
10?
I was like 12.
Okay.
Moved out here. His family had apartments.
Your dad's family.
My stepdad, yeah,
Oh, your stepdad's family.
had
okay.
apartments. Not this one. Down the street, 17th in Arizona.
Okay.
And so he came out here, and his mother got old. He managed the apartments,
Okay.
and he would make me go work on them, paint them.
Perfect.
But I hated it. I fucking hated
It's
it.
supposed to.
And I was already a drunken drug addict by then. So I was
by
like,
12?
oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh
okay.
yeah. I was done with school by 14, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was done. So then I
Okay.
was running amok, for
Yeah.
till 27,
Here.
which was amazing.
I'll bet.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. So
I
what
never
decade? That's the
bullshit.
70s?
It was the 80s. It was the 70s and 80s.
Ooh.
It was the best.
That's
I had a
when you
great time. And
That's
then
when
it got, it got
skateboarding
bad.
came online.
Yeah.
That's when it became like a national thing.
Right?
That's when, that's when also BMX.
And BMX was big.
Freestyle
That's right.
BMX.
That's right.
Remember the
But
Haro
here
team and GT and all
You were a
those guys?
skater, surfer, or a moto. You couldn't be both.
Okay.
You couldn't be both. I remember
You
because
couldn't be
I was
motorsports?
torn. I wanted
Yeah.
because I grew up in Cleveland on dirt bikes.
Okay. You have to have a very stable family situation to do the motorsport thing.
Yeah.
You can't just be an.
But the kids were like, you're a moto kook,
Yeah.
They didn't seem to gel
Yeah.
because everybody here was a surfer or skater.
Yeah.
And so then I had to kind of pick, even though I had dirt bikes my whole life,
Yeah.
until, I don't know, maybe a few years into my sobriety. It was my last dirt bike.
Yeah.
But I always had them,
Yeah.
like you and your
Yeah.
little boy.
Yeah.
But that's how I ended with the apartments.
Okay. So you're all right. So I forgot what I was getting at. I was getting at something.
The apartments.
No. So
Fixing
you're fixing
shit.
your apartments. You're here.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where that's taking place. I can't remember where I was going with that, but I was going. What were we talking about before?
Drugs. Getting high. Living in the apartment.
Oh, I don't
14, getting
remember.
loaded. Out of school. I quit school or
I
got
don't
kicked out.
remember. I don't remember. No, I think I was talking about how your intuition, all of those like conflicting words and the paradoxes, it's by having the intuition sound, trustworthy intuition,
Yeah.
that you're not just listening, you're not listening to ego. You're like listening to like the quiet voice. That's the one you got to listen to.
It is.
Like the other day I slept in and there was a quiet voice that was like, ride your motorcycle to work today. And I kept forgetting. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll take the truck. And it was just like, oh, no, I'm going to ride my motorcycle today. I'll just bring this stuff in
Yeah.
the truck on the next day. And I got out there and there's tons of traffic because I was an hour later than I normally was and
Right.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah, a little
But that's right.
And
Being in
those
tune
just
with that.
compound with sobriety. Those compound and you get really,
I
really
think
good
that's
at
true.
that.
'Cause for me, like I said, that when I said surrender to win,
Yeah.
that's the one I live by
Yeah.
because I feel like
But how far can you take that?
I'll tell you how far, and from my experience, like my sponsor always said this, and I see it now.
Yeah.
He had a pile of evidence
Yes.
after 54 years of sobriety.
Okay.
He had a pile of evidence because he would tell me, it's going to be fine. Just do this, this, and this. And it would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
And then now I see, I get it because I have 34 years. I have a pile of evidence that I know,
Yes.
it really is about living right now. That's
Yeah.
all that matters is right
Yes.
now. And so like that quiet voice that you're talking about, ride the motorcycle. To me, that's like a surrender voice.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna go with it and not be stressed about all this other bullshit.
When you're on drugs and stuff, that voice, it's not even quiet. It's not even there. That voice is not there. And you can go so far into ego.
Yeah.
You can go so far that you start winning like crazy.
Oh, yeah. And that to me, I hate living in ego.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, if I'm in ego, I'm thinking about myself.
But it's
I can't
there
think
for
about
a
you.
reason. It's not evil.
I'm not saying
It's there.
But my ego gets me thinking about me. And what I'm saying is when I'm thinking about me, like I always say, I'm in a place of I need, I want.
Yes.
If I'm in a place of I need or want,
Yes.
that means and this is just me.
Mm-hmm.
That means I'm thinking about myself
Right.
and I'm in that manipulation mode.
Right.
And I'm trying to force things
Yeah.
to get to where I need to get that thing.
Yes.
Or do I just let go and go for the ride?
Yeah.
I'd rather go on the ride and
But
see
then-
where it's going to go.
And then, but then the flip side is
I have a better-
the
I
guy owes you money,
What guy?
whoever.
Okay.
And you're just like, nah, I won't call him. I'm not going to call him. I'm not going to call him. I'm not going to call him.
But
Fucking call him, man.
That's different, though. That's different.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about.
That's
yes,
different.
That's right.
Yeah. Somebody
Yeah.
owes you money. They're saying
So
you
that's not let go, let God.
you got to take care.
That's
No,
not take it
well,
easy.
you don't lead with
That's
your chin.
not
Here's another one.
surrender.
Here's another one. You don't lead with your chin, right? You've heard that one?
I don't know.
Don't lead with your chin. That means we're not going to be patsies.
Right?
You know, but the thing, what I always say, or what I was told was, how can you tell the difference if it's your will or God's will?
Mm,
If I have to ask that question, it's my will.
right.
That's pretty good. That's pretty easy to figure out.
Yes.
So if somebody owes you money,
Yeah.
right,
Yes.
then you don't have to ask that question. They owe you the money.
Right.
That's
But let
that's
go,
not
let
your
God.
will. That's not your will.
But let go, let God. They're working
Well,
on
that means you can go after it without being frustrated and angry and
Right. Okay. I wouldn't call that letting go, and I wouldn't call that surrendering.
yeah. It's all right. It is what it is.
Right.
It is surrender.
But
There's a
the
surrender there. There's a
intuition, when your
surrender's not
intuition's good, you're
being-
going to know what is surrendering.
But it's not like
You're
being
gonna
a
know.
pussy.
I called the guy.
A surrender's not being a pussy, right?
Right, right,
It's just not. Like I said, you don't lead with your chin.
right,
The guy owes me money. You owe me money.
right.
If I'm not gonna get the money, I have to decide: is that worth my serenity
Yeah.
to chase that money? Is that worth it to me? Or
Can I
I
change
let
the
that go?
subject?
Absolutely.
Not really, but like just really like, let's go here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm studying Torah with my rabbi.
Yeah.
He has this there's like a bunch of us on Zoom, and we do on Tuesday nights, we study business ethics according to Torah. And this, I found out, this is so cool. Okay, so he does these little quizzes, and they're kind of like, how good of a Jew are you? Do you know these questions? Do you know these answers? But it's really fun. It's kind of like a game show. And he's Rabbi Mendy. He's like really young, but you know, those guys are the smartest guys in their community. So he said, so it's like, okay, bankruptcy, is that ethical? Is that so we know according to secular law, it's ethical, and you can declare bankruptcy and you don't know the blah, blah, blah. Okay, what do the Jews think about this? What do we think about this? And here's the thing. So cool. It's so cool. And this is among Jews.
Yeah.
This is Jew to Jew.
Right.
But can't declare bankruptcy. The debt is always owed until it's paid.
Wow.
But if someone asks you for a loan, you got to give it to them.
I like that.
Whereas in the secular world, the loan is voluntary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So you can forgive it because you volunteered the thing. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. But there's so many cool ones that are like
That's
that.
really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool ones like that. Yeah, just basic cool stuff.
He gave me the time. I wanted to just, we got to end it here because we're out of time, but I wanted to thank you, Van. That was so great that
Thank
you came
you.
out here.
I like that the air conditioner has to be turned off and it gets hotter.
Right. It's so
It's like
hot.
100 degrees. In the valley, it's like 100 degrees. I rode here on the 101.
Oh, it's nuts, right?
I mean,
now.
here, you come here, this town, you know what Elon Musk says?
What?
Most expensive weather in the world. It's like 20 degrees cooler in
That's right. That's
in
good.
Santa Monica. But still, with the sun, it's like slowly getting.
Yeah.
But
that's
I
right.
like it. I think it's cool.
Thanks for coming, Van. This is great.
Thanks for having me.
I love having you. Love to get to know you a little bit more.
What a great
I love
name,
the Spirited
Friday.
Man.
Thank you.
It's
Good.
so great. I can't
All
wait
right.
to see what you're doing next.
All right. I'll
You
tell
know?
you. I can't tell you specifically, but maybe I can. Can you keep a secret?
I can.
You can?
Yeah.
All right. I can't tell you here.
Well, let me close this
I won't
out
tell you
right now.
anything. Yeah, we'll turn it off.
Thanks for another episode of Unsavory Fellow. My guest, Van Neistat.
Aloha.